there, everybody. Not sure if anybody's on here yet. We got just a couple minutes yet before it's officially 6:30. Hope you all have had a great day. I don't know if any of you got the chance to take advantage of the amazing sunshine that was out today. Oh my gosh, was it gorgeous. It's been so nice to have sunshine lately. All right, I am going to turn it, whoops, sorry about that. Where'd it go? There we go. I'm going to face down so I can start getting set up. So here we go down. And I need to reverse the camera so you're not just staring at my ceiling. There we go. My ceiling's not that exciting to look at, I'm pretty sure. All right. Sorry for the wiggle. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so hopefully you all have your materials ready. You had a card base and a little bit of designer series paper or something else that you wanted to put in that spot. And then you had some stamps available, I hope, for finishing off what we're doing. Just gonna flip around here. Here we go. Okay, so you should have a neutral card base that is 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. And you know, I have a cheat sheet written out that I don't see right now, so we're gonna do that live and on camera. Let me just go grab something to write with. And in case you hear yowling in the background, I have a kitten who's trying to worm his way into the studio to help us stamp tonight. He's figured out how to push aside the sliding doors that I have with his paws, so he may make an appearance. We don't know. Okay, so you should have a card base that is 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. And I said neutral, so you want either white or vanilla based on whatever designer series paper you're using. Oh, why is my alarm going off? That's silly. Okay, it should be scored though at 5 1/2, like you would normally score something that was the 4 1/4 width. And then you should have a piece of designer series paper. Again, if you're not familiar with that phrasing, it basically just means, is a fancy way of saying double-sided printed papers. Okay, so you're gonna have that. That's a piece that's 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then an image that you want to either stamp or that you've already die cut. That's approximately a 2 by 2 size. And then some kind of phrase to fit along with it. Again, I said approximately. The one sample that I'm basing mine off of had a 1 by 2 1/2. So again, just use what you have. This is nothing specific. Let me just center that again. There you go. Nothing specific and special that, you know, this is yours to make on your own. So, yep, he did worm his way in. So my apologies if you hear meowing or see a tail flash by the screen. All right, guys. Let me see. I have just finished getting ready to post a butterfly class. So the card I'm actually doing tonight is going to be one of those. So I'll show you the rest of them at the end of the night. And I'll also show you something I created over the weekend for a presentation I did. That's kind of a little of a wow. All right, Aiden, what are you getting into? Oh, kittens, kittens, kittens. We love you, you know, but still. All right, guys, why don't we get started with our stamping? Okay, so take your neutral card base. Again, that should be 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and it should be scored at 5 1/2, and then just fold that along the score line. Mine was already done for me ahead of time. I am, again, going to be using the butterflies that I used last week on a project. So this is a piece of the DSP, and this particular thing is my shape that I said, or stamped image or die cut, whatever you're going to use. And I die cut that out of one of the other sheets of DSP. Okay, so you're going to take your 1 1/2 by 4 1/4, put a little adhesive on the back, and that's going to go along this edge. So you're going to want to open that up when you're placing it. Okay, so that's just going to meet that edge so that when you fold it again, you're going to see a little bit of it peeking out. Hi, Carol. Nice to see ya. Okay, I'm going to open this up to do the attachment and the stamping because I don't want the flippy part to be in my way. So you can decide if you want to put your image on or your stamped words first. So I'm going to do my words, and we're going to aim. So imagine one thing is going to go up here, and basically one thing is going to be right about in here. Okay, So I am going to use the happy birthday message, which is from Happy Thoughts. There's some really nice coordinating phrases in here. You have birthday, thinking of you, thank you, and congratulations, with a few inside verses to match. I love getting some of the just verse only phrases because we do actually sell several sets that are just images. So it's really nice to have something like this to match them up with. And the butterflies that I keep mentioning don't actually have any words in them. So we need something like this. All right, so there's my happy birthday. And I'm using Misty Moonlight because that is the color of the blue shade that is in this particular designer series paper set. So that's one of the in colors for 2020 to 2022. So this one will still be around for one more year. That's something to consider when you're doing things with the in colors, is that they are only around for 2 years. So as you know, there's going to be a selection of them that are going to be disappearing here at the end of April, beginning of May, when the catalog is done. So I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Okay, so I have this die cut image. Again, that's from the DSP Butterfly Bijou. That's going to be placed right above it. If you have a stamped image or a die cut, that's where you're going to be placing yours. All right, I'm actually going to put mine up on some dimensionals. So I'm going to put a few of those on the back. And I'm going to take, I don't have my mini ones near me, so I'm going to take one of my big ones and cut it in half to fit the bottoms here. Hi, Aiden. Are you going to be my guest stamper? He likes to go after the sponges that are sitting around on my table. So try as I might, I can't seem to keep him out of here. Okay, so here we're going to place that right up here. And I said if you wanted to bring any embellishments of any kind, you could. So if you have a little bling or a ribbon or something like that, I'm going to add just a few of the colored dots from the In Color enamel dot collection. So I'm going to take out a couple out that are the blue, the Misty Moonlight, and add them around. Just randomly, like so. Thank you, Aiden. That was my remote control. I'm sure I won't be needing that later. Yes, I heard you knock it on the floor. Good job. Yeah. And let's see, where do we want to finish that off? Maybe up there? Okay, so there's just a little bit of something to dress it up a little bit. You obviously could definitely keep that just plain and simple on the outside. So this is one of those really super quick and easy ones that I love to do. And I also added on the inside of mine another little piece that I cut out of some scrap of that particular DSP, just to give it a little something on the inside. Okay, so that, I'm also going to add in a phrase then if you want on the inside. It's up to you guys. Again, I'm taking one that was from my Happy Thoughts collection. So it actually just says, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And pardon me if I'm leaning into the shot, but hope you can still see it. There we go. All right. Now mine is officially complete. I don't always do an inside right away, but since I was definitely making this a birthday card, I decided to go for it for the matching set. That's one thing I did notice when they were creating this set is sometimes it's not as obvious to see which one matches, you know, for a phrase or whatever, but if you look, the phrase or the way that this is scripted, the font is laying, kind of matches into some of this and some of this. The thank you has a little bit of font that matches into that. So they kind of actually do nicely coordinate together. I tend to look at the big phrases and just see if something makes sense to go along with those. So there's the thinking with the nice swirly G, and I think there was one, again, Happy Thoughts has the nice swirly G. So there's a little bit of crossover between all of these insides and outsides, which is kind of nice. Really nice set, definitely recommend it. It's in the January to June mini catalog. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you where I got the inspiration for this one. I received this one as a swap from my dear demonstrator friend, Amy Rich. This one features a stitched flower that's in the January to June mini, and the You Are Amazing stamp set that went with one of the kits that's in there. Those kit ones tend to get overlooked, especially if you're not one for actually making kits. But sometimes the stamp sets that go along with them have really great phrases. Probably, you know, something to check out when you have a chance. So here again, here's our DSP. Her inside is empty there, and then the You Are Amazing with the stitched die cut flower. You can see that's it's die cut. So super cute. Then I went ahead and made one with the Suit, Handsomely Suited Sweet. Suit and Sweet are very close together. You have to be very careful how you say those. Okay, so the Happy Birthday to You comes out of that suite. I used navy and Seaside Spray. So I die cut 3 of the ties and I stamped one of them beforehand. So the light blue Seaside Spray has the stamped image in it, and these 2 are just the plain die cut out of navy paper. And there's where I did my boo-boo first, so that's why it's on the inside. That one I don't plan on sending. Then I did one with the Snailed It bundle. This is a Bermuda Bay. It's the back side of one of the DSPs in the Snailed It DSP. I die cut him I stamped him and die cut him and then colored him in with my blends. And I punched out or die cut out the hearts that's in the actual, the dies that went with that as well. And you snailed it. Then I wanted to show you a way to step it up a little bit. So again, like the first stepped up one I did here is I added the little gems or a little sparkle. You could do ribbon. Here what I did is I took him and I used my blending brush to create a little bit of a foggy background for him. I also then used more of the die cuts that come with it, and I die cut an envelope so he looks like he's coming out of it. And I used a different phrase that comes with him. It says, you've got mail. So he looks like he's been mailed. And if you can see, I added Wink of Stella to the actual snail, so he's a little sparkly. And then I used the resin hearts that are in the beginning of the catalog, the January to June. They're part of one of the Valentine's Day collections. But I thought the little white hearts were super cute here too, because he's got a little heart on his envelope. So I always like to show you guys a little way to maybe step up what you've got going. You might want to dress up a little bit if you have time and if you have the materials. And if you don't, the simplistic version, I shouldn't say simplistic. Simplistic makes it sound, I don't know, maybe not as good. But simple and pretty always win for me. So there you go. That is the card for tonight. All right, I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to show you then. So if we're going to do the butterfly class, this one is going to be a part of it. And here's another one where I've got the Bermuda Bay background. I've used the back side of a couple of the butterfly papers. So that's a coral and a Bermuda Bay with a little pattern on them. So what I've done is if you look at the big sheet, let me pull out the actual DSPs here. So what I did is I took this particular sheet, and like I showed you last week with this die, that's really cool, is that we'll die cut the large pieces out of that particular one. So I took the die, like so. Let me lay it over there for you. Okay, so it will die cut automatically those 6 butterflies for you. So we are gonna use it, you're gonna make 5 cards using those die cut butterflies. You're gonna get 2 sheets of each of the DSP. I will cut out what you need out of those 2 sheets, and that still leaves you with plenty of stuff to work with. Here's the rest of them. Hi, Aiden. Thanks for joining us today. Keep going. Thank you. So there's some more butterflies, and this one has a Bermuda Bay background. There's the little butterflies that I used on my sample tonight, along with a peachy pink mottled background. This one I think is really cute because it's already got the cloud imagery put into it. That one's really fun. And then the coral background. Here you have a rainbow ombre butterflies, and kind of a cloudy, but yet with yellows and peaches, which is kind of cool. This one has the blues and greens, and then there's these little purple and Bermuda Bay butterflies all over it. Okay, so you'll get 2 of each of those sheets. And then let me finish up showing you the cards that you're gonna make. So there's those 2. This one, oh, I should mention too, you're also gonna get a half a sheet of that wood grain look specialty paper that's called Natural Touches. So that's gonna be the main focus of this card, and you can see we use 2 of the butterflies on there. You'll get the shape here, and then all you need to do is add a phrase of your own. Thanks, Mom. I'm so glad you think that those are good ideas. This is the card I made with you guys last week. So that's a part of the collection as well. And then lastly, we're gonna do a fun gatefold featuring that one with the cloud imagery. So the biggest butterfly will go on here. You only attach them on half of it, and there it is. Okay, so those are the cards that are gonna be in the class. I will post it hopefully tonight, and it'll be up and ready to go. And then if you decide that you want to buy the bundle as well, I'm going to give you instructions on how to make this really cool one that I did for a demonstration a few days ago. So again, it's die cut butterflies. And then on the inside, there's a whole bunch of them. This was definitely a labor of love. There's a lot of die cut and fussy cutting involved, but I thought it was so cool how some of them are up on acetate, the window sheets, so they look like they're just floating. I just think this one is so neat. So if you guys go ahead and purchase the bundle, which means you're gonna buy the stamp set and the die set, you will get the ingredients to make this card in addition. So whether you take the butterfly class or not, that's my offer for the month, because I think this one is so super cool. Okay guys, let's see. That was only 15 minutes tonight. That went by pretty fast. So let me get back to the one bit I was talking about before about the in colors. I want to point out too that the catalog, they're doing a little bit different timing on the catalog. So as you can see on the back of this one, it says it's going to end May 3rd, 2021. So they're ending it about a month early than they normally do. Usually it ended in June. So that means in April, maybe possibly end of March too, everything that's going to retire and the list is going to go out, and some of this stuff will start being like while supplies last and all that fun stuff. So I want to point out that if you have any of the in color collection from 2019 to 2021, these 5 colors are going to be going away. So if you want to keep using your ink pad, your cardstock, whatever, you want to start stocking up, I would say now before it's even announced that they're going to be retiring, because that'll kind of put it in everybody's mind and they'll go, whoa, that's right, I got to stock up on that. So that's Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. So again, if you have any of those that you think, you know what, I love them so much, I want to keep using them, we're going to need to get those for you probably in the next few weeks, just to be on the safe side that they're still around. Because some of the items, especially like dies, punches, DSP, cardstock, that kind of stuff, they will definitely just keep what they have at the time, and when it's gone, it's gone. So you definitely don't want to miss out if that is something that you absolutely love. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. I hope that you all had a fabulous day, that you got out to enjoy that sunshine that was there this morning. Oh my gosh, that was so nice, and all day long. The boys and I had spent some time up at the club this afternoon, and it was so nice to just walk in without coats on and our shorts on. And I'm sure anyone who actually doesn't live in Wisconsin, you know, would think that walking around in 50-degree weather in shorts is crazy, but but definitely not us. We Wisconsinites definitely love our warm weather. There we go. We're flipping around. Okay. So thanks so much for joining me guys tonight. I'm going to post under this link of the video, again, the sizes and the pictures of the samples that I showed you tonight. So you can always go back and reference them. So remember, this video will stay on my Facebook page, so you don't have to worry about losing track of it or whatever. Watch it as many times as you need. So everybody have a fantastic night. Oh, hi Joyce. Nice to see you, even just for a little bit there. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.